my name is Kevin with Spirit of Twilight and also with kevhen.com where you can get my readings online. Today I wanted to do a series of videos, and this is going to be a weekly series explaining how I make my jewelry and how I pick my stones and so on and so forth, and to help you learn the difference between why I choose each individual stone in order to create something that I can sell to my clients. Now, outside of the metaphysical properties of stones, there has to be a few things that you need to look at. First would be the finish of the stone, the shape of the stone, where the stone came from, and if the stone is natural or man-made. Now, man-made stones are normally called resin. I make those as well, but I haven't sold any yet. Just because I just started working with the material, so I don't feel that I have the experience yet in order to make resin products for the public to sell. Or for the public to buy. But today we're going to go over stones, and I'm going to start off first with this sphere. Now this is a banded gray agate, if you could see. Okay. It's a very pretty, very detailed stone. It looks like it has a ring around it similar to Saturn, which is, I would love that type of stone. But agates are definitely good for grounding. However, they can be very troublesome to wrap. So I actually have one here that is finished, and this is also available on my website. This is the darker gray agate stone that's also banded, but it's finished in raw copper. Okay, now I'll go over different types of wires and shapes of wires and the style that you can achieve from different wires as we go on further and further within this series. But this is the gray agate. It is banded, so you can move this within the setting, which is kind of cool. So if you see something that you really like on the stone, you could just set it in the front like this, and then there you have your, it's a very mild band on there, but it's really pretty if you could see it close up. Unfortunately, I have a glare, which isn't helping me very much. But it's also reversible, so you can wear it either way, which a lot of people who make jewelry need to come to that experience level in order to make things where they can be worn no matter what way that they're put on. Now, let me give you an example of what something looks like when the back is not completed like the front. Okay, for example, this is a piece of dark brown amber. Okay, it's not a golden amber, it's more of a brown amber. But you can see through it. But normally when you have someone wearing it, you really can't see anything through it. It just reflects things that are on the front of it, just because it's the color. But what's great about this type of stone is it's round, and it's also flat, naturally flat. And amber is actually a resin, but it's a naturally made resin from a sap of a plant. So resin is actually very good for aquarians. I'm an aquarian, that's how I know. And don't mind the kitty in the background. He may be in the bathroom and you may be hearing that. But this is amber, and amber is very, very popular. It's also not exactly one of the least expensive stones that you can purchase compared to an agate stone. Even the sphere stones are a little bit more expensive than a regular agate, but amber is a little bit more expensive than that. Now, going on to the actual setting of a flat stone, this is a piece of rainbow moonstone that I've set in copper overlay, which is a copper material or copper wire, but it has an anti-tarnish finish on top of it. So if you were to take this and put it in a solution to where you can make it look more aged or antiqued, you can do that because this is raw copper. This is a finished copper with the rainbow moonstone, as you can see here, and it is flat, but it's not finished in the back. So this can only be worn one way, unless if you like that sort of look on the back there. But it's very intricate on the front when I wrapped it, but not so much on the back. So that's what you can do with flat stones. There's also other wrapping techniques that you can use when you're wrapping flat round stones, or even flat stones in general. But then you have raw stones. Excuse me a second. Oh, okay. Raw stones. Now, this is a raw piece of amethyst. Okay? It has not been tumbled. It's just a cut piece of amethyst, or a broken off piece of amethyst. I wish I could show these better to you. There we go. A little bit better. But this, well, amethyst can be broken down into smaller stones and then tumbled. I have a tumbling machine here. I do tumble my own stones, and I also purchase them tumbled as well from a ethical and reputable supplier in Cassadaga, Florida. These stones that are raw, now this one has been, I guess it's been sitting in with the other stones for a little while, so it's gotten a little dull on the edges, which is a good thing for a lot of people. But most raw stones, you're going to have a problem with jagged edges. Like this edge is very jagged, and it could potentially cut someone. So if you go to a metaphysical shop, or a gemstone show, or a crystal show, or something along the lines of where they sell raw stones, they're going to tell you up front, please be very careful, you may be cut when you pick up the stone. That's one thing when you purchase my stones is, if it's raw that you're purchasing, I try to wrap wire around every angled piece, because that way it prevents someone from accidentally having it brush up against their chest, or they take it off and oh my gosh, they cut themselves. I have everything on my website, including my Etsy store, to please handle your stones, handle all of your jewelry, anything that you may purchase with care until you get used to it, until you know the actual piece itself, just so you don't cut yourself, because we don't want that to happen, obviously. So, the last stone I want to show you for today is a red tiger's eye. And a red tiger's eye is a very, very, very beautiful stone. It's also a very common stone. And this one happens to be tumbled. Again, this one I did not tumble. I ordered them in a large quantity, where my supplier in Cassadaga got them pre-tumbled, which is fine by me because that saves me a step. When you tumble a stone to go from raw to tumbled and to get that shiny finish on it, it takes approximately 6 weeks, if not longer, depending on the type of stone, how hard it is, the consistency of stone, so on and so forth. Now, when it comes to my own tumbled stones, I have one here in a box that is ready for shipping. I have many, I just haven't put them on Etsy yet. This one is a raw copper, intricate wrap pendant. And again, this one is on my Etsy store. This is black tourmaline right here. And this is what I call a soft tumble. The soft tumble doesn't have the sheen as a regular tumble stone. It doesn't have that shiny, shiny finish. And the reason why I did that is because black tourmaline can be very, very fragile. But also there is a piece of what's called either royal or crazy jasper in here as well. Now this was a bead that I purchased. The jasper is tiny. Let me bring this up closer for you. You can take a look at it. But this is the actual pendant itself. There we go. Oops, maybe not. Okay. So if you would take this pendant and put it in a solution to age it, you can, because it is raw copper. You can see the little blue speck up there, right over here, which is the crazy or fancy jasper, and then the tourmaline or black tourmaline is a very dull finish on it, and that's because of the soft tumble. I didn't put the sheen or last step on the stone itself when I tumbled them. A little piece of fuzz there. But this piece and all these other pieces that you see, I wrap myself. Now I also wrap in sterling silver, filled sterling silver, raw copper, anti-tarnish finished copper, anti-tarnish finished silver, and anti-tarnish finished gold. I don't have a lot of requests for gold, even when I go to the shows and do my sales at the shows here in Central Florida, but I do have a couple people who ask for them, and I will go ahead and make them specifically and individually. So you can do that from my website, spiritoftwilight.com. The wrapping process I'm going to go to in another video as well. As a matter of fact, I have one that's posted on Spirit of Twilight on YouTube that you can look at if you want to. It was a pretty basic wrap, but it was a little bit on the intricate side. The reason being is because there's so much involved when you're wrapping jewelry on a level of design like this one that I just showed you inside this box. By the way, if you do order from me, you do get automatically one of these, which is an adjustable piece of, I believe it's a satin cord, and then you also get a gift box. So if you do order a stone from me from my Etsy store, which is etsy.com/shop/Spirit of Twilight Co., then you'll be able to get everything wrapped as a gift. So if it's for yourself or someone else, it's ready to go. I also do offer gift wrapping upon request at no additional fee, but you do have to tell me, otherwise I won't do it. The other things that I do offer, as well as you may have noticed, are candles, which I may go into another series about how to make candles. But I purchase all of my stones, as you can see here. They won't even shake. I have so many in this jar from Casadaga in Florida. And I do have many, many, many pendants available. I'm wearing this here. I can't take it off because I have my headphones on. Is a Herkimer diamond, and I have 3 of these available that are unwrapped, but they're actual diamonds from the state of New York, and this one's wrapped in sterling silver. It's a very, very small piece of sterling silver wire, so I do offer those as well. But you know, you can take a look if you want to in my Etsy store, or just go to spiritoftwilight.com and click on the link to go to the Etsy store, which I have t-shirts and candles and tarot wraps and all these pendants and jewelry. I also make rings, but they're very simple rings, and I don't know if you guys would be interested in seeing that or purchasing them. If you would, please comment down below and let me know what you like and what you want to see, or what you want to see me create within this series or another series. I'd be more than happy to show you how I do that. And also, if you want me to put my rings on Etsy, let me know. I have a, ton of them. And I sell them very inexpensively. Anywho, that's the end of this first video. Next week I'll be releasing another one. Again, that'll be on different wires that you can purchase, the explanation of what the different wires are, how they're made, what they consist of, and what the benefit is for wrapping with each one. And that one's probably going to be a shorter video, so stay tuned for that. Of course, if you liked this video, please go ahead and click on subscribe. Go ahead, click on like, share this with your friends and family, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.